Hello everyone, this is Daniel with Peace and Plenty Homestead, out here working on the tiny house today. So I am going to use this 3-foot pre-cut Tyvek paper from Lowe's to wrap the house, and it worked out pretty good with the black Tyvek paper that I had left over from other jobs around here, and it's been used 2 or 3 different times to do various things, but I put 2 layers of the black Tyvek paper on, and I believe that was 6 foot, and this 3-foot brought me right up to the top of the wall with the Tyvek. So here we are putting in the 2x4 studs. It's going to be 3'6" off of the floor to the top of the wall. There's my sweet baby doing her cameo appearance. This is the top plate. Now I laid it out with 16 on center so I can go right along and follow my layout to get everything on center. So the last piece there, the plate is 5 foot because it's 21 foot outside to outside. This is the second top plate going on. There was another 16 footer and another 5 foot. Now here we are bracing it up, just putting a simple brace on there on each end and plumbing it up on each end, and then I ran a string line, and that will just to confirm I don't bow the wall as I'm putting the rafters on. It's tough by yourself to nail those braces on, hold the level, hold the nail gun, hold the brace. So it's a little bit of fumbling here. I used 2 levels because those 2 levels have been knocking around for years and I haven't used them. And I wanted to put them together and double check each one. One's a 4 foot, one's a 6 foot. Just wanted to make sure that they were giving me the best reading possible. I wanted to keep both of them handy in case I needed them. Needed a 6 footer or needed a 4 footer. I've got the walkboard already set up there, and you can see in the background I've already got the studs in for the back wall, and it ended up being 78.5 inches high. We were able to determine that height when we laid everything out on the floor downstairs and built the 2x6 trusses. We have 1 gable truss for each end and 1 truss for the center, and then we'll be able to set our ridges. We have 2 ridge boards, 2x10, that will give us the overhang and give us our ridge board to hold up the next set of rafters. So we're going to get this plumbed up right here. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought by myself. Finally did get it, but it took a little while to get that in there straight. I think I nailed it 2 or 3 times and hammered on it and pulled on it. Didn't want that corner to be out of whack. I don't know why it was really fighting me going along. I'm looking forward to getting the roof on and the shingles on. That way I can throw the windows in and it will look like a house then. I mean, once you put the windows in, then you can run the siding, and that's buttoned up then. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump from there to get this thing wrapped up. I'm looking forward to getting the gable ends studded up in plywood. That will probably slow me down a little bit right there. You can see I'm still fighting with that corner, having to hammer on it and nail it and check it, and just can't seem to get it quite as tight and right as I would prefer. I've still got the plastic laying on the floor up there. You can see the gray plastic. It covers the floor and drapes over on the sides, left and right. So that's given me some protection to the weather. Not as fast as I used to be, and the rain this has been the rainiest year I've seen in a long time. For as long as I can remember, this is the rainiest weather I've ever seen. Double check your top plates to get the straightest one that you have. You don't want the top of that wall bowing out or in. And I went ahead and cut it off exactly at 16 foot and put the layout on it. And I marked both sides of the layout, set ahead and set back. So I had a pencil mark showing me where every stud went. So I was sure to get it and not have to twist around and look for the marks. I went ahead and laid it out real nice. a 16 footer and then a 5 footer, giving me the exactly 21 feet. And I laid out the next top plate also, so that when I climbed up there on the scaffolding, I had both plates ready to go and nailed them off while I was up there. We really appreciate everybody watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. We so look forward to hearing what people have said about watching the tiny house. We call it tiny house for the YouTube video, but really it's our cottage. We just love the way it's in the woods like that. The next day, you can see the plastic there, that I'm using to try to protect it as much as possible. We had some heavy rains the last couple of days. So I'm going to just start installing this plywood. Now, it was interesting, the plywood typically is 4x8, but when I went to Lowe's, they had 4x9 sheets of plywood, and I believe it was $6 or $7 cheaper per sheet for the 4x9 plywood. So I went ahead and grabbed 4x9, and it ended up working out good because this is a 4-foot 4-inch piece of plywood. So I was able to get 2 pieces out of 1 sheet of plywood and able to cover right up to the top plate. So that worked out great. 4 foot 4 inches to finish out up to the top plate. Kind of tricky hanging on to it because it's just setting on that piece of plywood below. I actually dropped 1 sheet, but I would ease it down over the wall and not pull it all the way in tight because it would pop out at the bottom. Reach down as far as I can to keep it from falling off, and nail it off as best I could. I came back later with the step ladder and nailed it off of the step ladder at the bottom there, and nailed off the Tyvek paper. I think this is the sheet that I dropped. It's either this one or the next one. But Nathan came up and helped me get that up there because I was dropping them. So it was good to have him come help me. That one was really bowed, so I held it out a little bit and got it nailed. And then that was 20 feet, and this is the last 1 foot piece right there. It doesn't show it, but we nailed it off before we started the paper. I pre-marked the plywood to know where to put the paper. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you in the next video. Bless you.